Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jake, the Scary Story Guy, and today we are talking about a book that is short and anything but sweet. This horror novel is only 150 pages long. It's short enough to read in a single sitting, and yet it packs an enormous punch. In fact, major publications have ranked it as among the scariest books ever written. But I'm the Scary Story Guy, and I'd never even heard of it until recently. So here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to tell you what book I'm talking about, and then I'm going to give you some of my expert and spoiler-free thoughts on it. It's going to be such informative and entertaining content that you're going to like this video and subscribe to this channel. You won't even be able to help yourself. You'll just do it. And then, and I'm only guessing here, but you're probably going to purchase this book, read it, and find yourself equal parts captivated and horrified by its content. So let's get this party started. The book in question is Come Closer by Sara Gran, and it was published back in 2003. And like I said, this book has gotten some high praise. I'm just reading from the back jacket here, but Esquire ranked it as among the 50 best horror books of all time. NPR named it one of their 100 favorite horror stories, and Book Riot called it one of the 50 scariest books of all time. And just like the book is short, the teaser on the back is short, so I'm going to read it to you. It says, "A recurrent unidentifiable noise in her apartment. A memo to her boss that's replaced by obscene insults. Shoplifting, fighting, blackouts. A voice in her head that tells her to meet strange men in bars to hurt people. Amanda is a successful architect in a happy marriage. There must be a reasonable explanation for all this." Now, I discovered Come Closer the same way I've discovered many horror novels over the years. I saw people singing its praises on Reddit. Now, Reddit was certainly correct about Between Two Fires, say, but I was a bit skeptical going into this one, I have to admit. First of all, I'd never even heard of Sara Gran before, and then second of all, 150 pages did seem a little low. Like, can we really build up to all the scares of a full-blown horror novel in that short amount of time? Not to mention, Reddit has led me astray before, such as the time it told me House of Leaves was good for more than just being a doorstop or a blunt force weapon of some sort. But unlike House of Leaves, Come Closer did not promise to be an enormous commitment of my time and energy and will to live. So I took the plunge, and folks, I've got to say, I'm really glad I did. This book is freaking creepy, man. It's rarely like outright terrifying, like apex of a roller coaster type thrilling, but it's wormy, right? It worms its way into your head. In fact, Esquire called it a book that could damage the unwary psyche, so be wary, I guess. Now, a few aspects of this book really contribute to its lingering creepiness, and the first is that we have an unreliable narrator. This is Amanda speaking in the first person, and right off the bat, she's telling you stuff, and you're like, is that really how it went down? Is Amanda just going crazy, or are there actually supernatural forces afoot here? Of course, you as the reader can draw your own conclusions, but Amanda certainly seems to think it's the latter. The second thing that makes this creepy is the writing style. This is very spare prose. We do not linger over anything. We are not granted flowery details of surroundings. Truth be told, we don't really read a single word that we don't need to. I think Hemingway meets Vonnegut. It's incisive and yet matter-of-fact. And to me, it's that matter-of-factness that creeped me out so much, right? It's one thing to read someone's account of being possessed. It's quite another to have them describe it to you clinically, like they're trying to remove their emotions from all of it. But Come Closer is written in such a way that we don't need Amanda to describe exactly how she's feeling at every moment, because we, the reader, know how we would be feeling in that moment, watching our sanity and our lives unravel. And you might be worried that this short length and spare prose means we're sacrificing some of how connected we are in the story and how fleshed out these characters feel, but that's simply not the case. Gran is very skilled at using small turns of phrase to make a character instantly recognizable to the reader. Like, she doesn't need to introduce a new character in 300 words. It's just one sentence or two, and you instantly think like, oh, that's who this is. I'm actually comfortable saying the economy of this prose is unmatched from what I've seen in the genre. I left this book feeling like I'd just gotten a 300-400 page story. But finally, I think the thing that impressed me most about Come Closer was how this possession, or derangement, actually unfolds, right? Because that's the kind of thing that's depicted very differently in different media. Sometimes you get something that's very Conjuring-esque, right? Not to diminish that, but it's very dramatic and very cinematic, and oh, you know, holy shit, she's floating upside down, now better go get the holy water. But other times you get something a bit more, and this was a very good title for a very good horror movie, insidious. Something that's not merely evil, but cunning, right? And subtle. Something that doesn't need to break down your door with brute force because it's capable of sweet-talking its way in. Just a few pages into the book, there's a paragraph where Amanda describes what this process is like. And again, I feel comfortable saying this. This is one of the best paragraphs I have ever read in the horror genre. The second I read this, I was 100% sure I was going to like this book. And I'm trying to sell you this book right now, so I'm going to read this paragraph for you. If you don't want to hear it, I get it. Just skip ahead like 30, 45 seconds. But for those of you who are still on the fence, this should sell you on both the writing style and the creep factor here. She was subtle at first. It wasn't like everything went wrong all at once. Suppose you're looking at a bottle of whiskey, and one part of you says, gee, I'd really like a sip of that whiskey. Then another part pipes in and says, well, you shouldn't. You have to drive home, and you know whiskey's very fattening. And then a third part says, just drink it. This mental voice is new. It's not a sound you're accustomed to hearing in your own head, but it's not that different either. It's done a good job of imitating your own silent voice, and you like what it's saying. Come on, don't stop, don't think. It'll be fun. Just drink it. Now, you wouldn't guess that the third part wasn't you. You'd probably just drink the whiskey. That is so good. That's like Shirley Jackson level prose right there. And to me, it feels especially welcome in a genre that kind of increasingly feels like it's being dominated by the bombastic and the grotesque. Now, all that being said, Come Closer does get pretty gnarly in parts, right? There's definitely scenes in this book where we cross the line from the eerie and the unnerving into the outright disturbing. Sara Gran is not afraid to get down and dirty, but I think she's at her best when she's got Amanda dancing around the edges of the mud pit. Those moments when you're not sure exactly how or when she's gonna fall in, but it sure looks inevitable. Guys, at the end of the day, Come Closer is a great horror novel. It might not be the best book I've reviewed on this channel, but I think it's probably the one I'm most comfortable saying it's worth your time. It's not a big commitment, but it is a big payoff. From the very first few pages, you feel like you've got something special in your hands, and I can't wait to hear what you all think about it. I'm gonna give Come Closer a solid 4 stars out of 5. For the life of me, I can't figure out why this hasn't been made into a movie, right? This feels like prime material for some enterprising young director to pick up and kickstart their career with. Like, this is great screenwriting stuff here. Sadly, we don't have it yet, but we can hold out hope, and in the meantime, you can always stay tuned here at Scary Story Guys Central for more spooky content coming soon. We've got a new Conjuring movie coming up, a new Jordan Peele sports-themed horror movie, and of course, I always consider it my sacred duty to inform you about any hidden gems, books, movies that you may have missed. That all sounds pretty great, I know. You're probably hearing a little voice in your head right now. You should like this video. Subscribe to this guy's channel. You know you want to. Do it. Now. And as we've learned today, that voice might not be you, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Here's hoping you survive to see the next one.